Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my July wrap up. In the month of July, I ended up reading 8 books. One was a graphic novel. I listened to some books. I physically read some books, and I started a book. I talked about the book that I started in my TBR, but I did start to read Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I'm only 273 pages of the way through as I recorded this. It is July 27th, but I have all the books right here stacked up in the order that I read them. For those who don't know how I do my wrap-ups, I go in the order how I read them. I tell you briefly what's it about depending on what book it is in the series. I give my rating and then we move on. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. The first book I actually finished on the first day of July because I had started reading it in June, and that was to finish out the A Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, and I read A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is the third and final book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars, and the reason I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars was because I enjoyed it. Could it have been shorter? Yes. Could some stuff have been taken out? Yes. Could have some stuff that needed to be added be added? Yes. Did I still enjoy it? Yes. Did I like how it wrapped everything up? Not really. But basically, in this world, there's 4 different worlds. Red London, which is full of magic. White London, which has little to no magic. Grey London, which has no magic at all. And then Black London, which has basically been shut off from the other worlds, and everyone is believed for them to be dead because of how controlled they were by magic. And the only person that can travel in between each world is called an Antari. And there's only 2 Antaris in the world. It is not passed down through generation. It's just basically one day you wake up and you're an Antari, basically. And the one for Red London is called Kel. He is the adopted son to the Red London royal family, King Marsh and Queen Marsh, and their son Reese. And we follow him in the first book as he goes to each London. And while he's in White London, someone gives him a black stone that's basically an Antari itself. It's magic itself. And we follow basically for the rest of the way. I enjoyed the concept of what they did in this book. Could some have stuff been better? Yes. Did I still enjoy this? Yes. 4 out of 5 stars. I know we're getting like a prequel to this, but I do hope we get a sequel so we can at least one sequel book so we can see how everyone is doing and where they are now. But I did enjoy this. It was 4 out of 5 stars. I then reread Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. This is book 1 in the Wayward Children series. And this is basically the concept that depending on how old you are, if you look anywhere in your room, in your house, a door will appear and you can basically travel to another world. It's like Alice's Adventure in Wonderland, but deeper and darker. You can go to the moors, you can go to the underworld, you can go to under the sea and everything. So this follows students who are coming back after basically either being kicked out of their world, or the people who were in that world told them you have to choose our world, which is the world that we're in now, or the world that you came from. And when they come back, kids have a hard time adjusting. So they are sent to Miss Eleanor West's school and all of that. A girl named Nancy, who was in the halls of death, basically comes back. She's sent there, and literally the day after she's sent there, people start getting killed. And parts of their bodies go missing. Someone's hands, someone's eyes, an entire body. I love this book. I will never forget first reading it, why I didn't figure it out, but I did listen to this on audiobook. This was my first audiobook of the month, and we should have picked it up when the person who died's skeleton pointed next to the person. Should have picked it up from there. I did enjoy this. This was a 4 out of 5 stars. They're very short. The audiobooks are 4 hours, but I listened to it on 2 times speed, so it's basically a 2-hour audiobook for me. It was a 4 out of 5 stars. I do plan on rereading the rest of the series. I then read, which makes me so happy yet so sad because now I'm caught up with all of Cassandra Clare's books until she comes out with new ones. I read Ghost of the Shadow-Hunted Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. And this is basically a collection of short stories, about 10 of them, following Jem Carstan as he travels through each and every shadow market. I do have to say my favorite stories, though, when it comes to all of these are the stories that take place in the 1900s. It's just something about that time period that makes me very, very happy, and I do love it. I love Jem Carstan. I forgot how much I missed him after reading the Infernal Devices series. But yeah, this was a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. There was nothing wrong about this. I didn't like the last story though, but excluding the last story, it's still a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved and enjoyed this, and I need more of Jem Carstans. I plan on rereading really soon the Infernal Device trilogy because of how much I miss Jem. But yeah. So I randomly decided in a weekly reading vlog that I will link down the eye to reread Harry Potter. Don't know why. Last year I did start a Harry Potter reread, but I got to the 3rd book and then I stopped. Don't know why I stopped. So I decided this time, hey, maybe I should listen to the audiobooks. So I decided for the first time ever to listen to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This is of course book 1. And for those who don't know what Harry Potter is, you live under a rock. Point blank, period. Harry Potter is a boy that when he was 1 year old, his parents were murdered by a dark wizard known as Lord Voldemort. And he was sent to be raised by his mother's sister, who was a muggle. And his entire life, he was told that his parents were killed in a car crash, and he was basically dumped up their doorsteps. He was abused majority of his life, and then we follow his first year at Hogwarts. Listening to it, like I said in that weekly reading vlog, I noticed so much stuff I missed. His first night, literally he had a dream of Voldemort telling him he was in the wrong house and that he needed to go to the Sorting Hat and get resorted and be sorted into Slytherin. Like, how the hell did I miss it? This is my 3rd time reading this, and I don't know how I missed it the 2nd time I read it. But he literally had a nightmare and Voldemort was talking to him. Absolutely love this. I do plan on rereading the entire series now in audiobook form. But of course, this was a 5 out of 5 stars. I then read, to continue on with my A Court of Thorns and Roses reread, I then reread A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and I forgot how much it makes me cry. At the end, this is the 3rd book, which they're facing off in the war with Hybern. In the beginning, Feyre is still at the Spring Court, trying to bring it down from the inside, trying to figure out why Tamlin has betrayed them and set them off to, like, give them the Spring Court to Hybern. I love this 3rd book so much. I do have a book talk coming about this very, very soon, which I will talk more in it. But did I cry a couple times? Hell yes. Did I still love it? Hell yes. Will I continue on? Hell yes. Am I mad that I still have to wait for the 4th book? Yes. 5 out of 5 stars. I then read, which for the first time I actually don't have to put a picture in, I read Lumberjanes Volume 9 on a Roll by Waiters, Lee, Nowak, and Lowell. I decided to buy this volume because I absolutely love it. And of course, we follow the same girls forever, and then this time we actually get a normal one. I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. Because of how normal it was. We followed these girls, and usually they're always on a magical adventure. Something's always happening. A god is coming down. They have to deal with yetis. They have to deal with monsters and shit like that. And it was pretty normal. Roller derbying. Did I still enjoy this? Yes. Do I wish that more magical stuff happened? Yes. I still did enjoy this. This was a 3 out of 5 stars. And I will continue to read the 10th and 11th and 12th volume when it comes out. 2 more books, guys. I then read, for the first time, another book talk is coming very, very soon. A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the 2nd book in the A Reaper at the Gates quartet. The first book being An Ember in the Ashes, 2nd being A Torch Against the Night, 3rd being A Reaper at the Gate, and we don't yet have a title for the 4th book. This picks up right where we leave off with An Ember in the Ashes. Laia and Elias are now traveling, going towards Koof, which is the big prison jail where her brother Darren is at. We also now get Helene's point of view, as she is now the Blood Shrike, and she has to get to Elias, bring him to Marcus the Emperor, to bring honor back to the Empire for him getting away and publicly execute him. We get more of Elias's backstory towards the end on who his father is and why his mother never wanted him to find out. I did enjoy this. This was a 5 out of 5 stars. Could some things have been different? Yes. Did I see that twist that was coming? Fuck no, but I will talk more about that when I do my review. Yes. finally on the 8th and final book this month, because I did reread Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I did put myself on the waitlist to get the second audiobook. It usually says for Libby that it takes 2 to 3 weeks for it to come, and I was like, oh, it's not going to come till like the end of the month. I'll read it for August. Psych! It came. So I then listened to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. For those who don't know, this is actually my least favorite Harry Potter book. I don't know, it's just something about it I didn't like, and I did not like the audiobook. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars, and it was something about the audiobook that made me stop about like chapter 9, and I just physically read the rest of it. This is Harry Potter's second year. First time he meets the rest of the Weasley, like majority of the Weasley family. He goes to the Burrow. Glittery Lockhart is now his Defense Against the Dark Arts professor, and all of that. It was just, it's something about this book. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it that much. But those are all of the 8 books I read in the month of July. It was a lot. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. I'll be leaving here 2 videos. Honestly, feel you guys should go check out. I post on Mondays and Thursdays, and I'll be seeing you guys really, really soon with my TBR. Bye, guys.